Hey, welcome. Today, we're going to tear into a phrase you've probably heard a million times, employee empowerment. But here's the thing, it's so much more than just a corporate buzzword. When you get it right, it can totally transform a company from the inside out. So let's dive in.
So, let me ask you this. Have you ever been at work and everything just feels stuck? Like you've got this brilliant idea, you see the perfect fix for a problem, but getting anyone to say yes feels like trying to run through quicksand? Yep, that's the classic sign of a workplace that's all top-down, command and control. It's a place where amazing ideas go to die in a sea of red tape. And honestly, it's not just frustrating for you, it's a massive waste of talent and potential for the whole organization.
So, what's the fix for this all-too-common problem? Well, that brings us right to the heart of our topic today, employee empowerment. At its core, it's a really simple concept. A couple of researchers, Bowen and Lawler, boiled it down to this. It's all about management strategies for sharing decision-making power. It's not about chaos. It's about deliberately giving people the authority to think, act, and really take control over their own work. The key word there is sharing power. Okay, so why would any manager want to share power? Well, because the payoff is huge. And it's not just a one-way street. The benefits are massive for both the employees and the organization itself. Let's break down exactly why this thing works so well. For you, the employee, empowerment is a total game changer. It unlocks something called discretionary effort. You know, that extra bit of energy and creativity that people choose to give when they feel trusted and valued. When you feel like you own a piece of the puzzle, your job satisfaction just skyrockets. That lifts morale and gets you genuinely excited to solve problems.
And that feeling on the inside, it has this incredible ripple effect on the outside. When an employee is empowered, they can do what's right for the customer, right there, on the spot. No, let me check with my manager. That creates a genuine connection and builds some seriously powerful customer loyalty.
And for the company, we'll just look at the domino effect. All that extra effort adds up. You've got motivated people making smarter, faster decisions, which means productivity and quality go way up. They start finding clever ways to save money, and guess what? People who feel valued don't leave. It's a total win-win.
Okay, so this all sounds fantastic in theory, right? But how do you actually do it? This is where the role of the manager is absolutely critical. And it's not about just letting go of the reins. It's about learning to lead in a whole new way. You can really sum up the manager's new job in just 3 words: commitment, leadership, and facilitation. You've got to be committed to the process, lead by example, and then facilitate. Basically, get obstacles out of your team's way. You're shifting from being a boss to being a coach. So let's get practical. Here are 4 things any leader can start doing. 1. Give authority to the people who've shown they're ready for it. 2. Build a culture where it's safe to learn and grow. 3, and this one is huge, stop second-guessing every decision. Trust your team. And finally, 4, give them real control over how they do their work and the resources they use. Part of being a facilitator is creating ways for people to share their ideas. You've got classic brainstorming, right? Where everyone throws ideas at a wall, and then the group sorts through them. But then you have something like quality circles. Think of these as small, volunteer teams that meet on their own time to actively find and solve problems. They're way more proactive.
But you know what? It doesn't have to be some big formal meeting. One of the best techniques is called management by walking around. Seriously, just get out of your chair, walk the floor, and talk to people. Ask them real questions like, what's getting in your way? It's simple, but it's incredibly powerful.
All right, now we've got to be real here. Like any big shift, empowerment isn't some magic wand you can wave. To really understand it, we have to look at the potential downsides. It's super important to go into this with both eyes open.
You can think of it like a double-edged sword. For every amazing promise, there's a potential risk you need to manage. The same freedom that boosts morale could, for some, lead to an abuse of power. The drive for better quality means you've got to invest in training, and making faster decisions often requires sharing sensitive info, which, you guessed it, can create security risks.
Let's be really clear about these risks. Without clear guardrails, some people might push the boundaries of their new power. It can also create some awkward tension between employees and their managers. And look, if you give people power without the right training or information, they're probably going to make some bad calls. These are all real things you need to plan for. So, we've covered the what, the why, the how, and the hey, watch out for this. But what's next? Where does this idea go from here? Let's take a quick peek at what could be the next evolution of empowerment.
A really good way to check the temperature in your own organization is to ask this one simple question. Just think about your workplace right now.
Does every single person, from the top to the bottom, actually have the authority they need to do their job well? If the answer is no, or even I'm not sure, then there's still work to do.
And that brings us to this idea of enlistment. It's kind of like empowerment 2.0. In a culture of enlistment, taking ownership isn't just something that's allowed or encouraged, it's a core expectation of the job. It's built right into how you're evaluated and what the company's goals are. So that's the final thought I want to leave you with. Empowerment is, without a doubt, incredibly powerful. But is this next step, this culture of enlistment, where every single person is expected to act like an owner, is that the true future of work? Now that's something worth thinking about.